Hello and welcome to Jiang Decoded. I'm Jiang. Here we go beyond the headlines to explore the history, strategy, and geopolitical forces shaping our world through evidence-based analysis. Today, we're examining Israel's reported targeting of 2 Hamas commanders in Gaza and asking a much bigger question. Can leadership strikes actually change the course of a war? Or are they simply tactical victories within a much larger conflict? Let's begin. If you have only been following the headlines, you might think that Israel has achieved a major military victory by claiming to have killed 2 Hamas commanders in Gaza. But the real question is this: will the death of 2 commanders actually change the course of the war? Or is this simply another tactical success inside a much larger conflict? Today, we're going beyond the headlines to understand what this development could really mean from a military and geopolitical perspective. We'll look at why leadership strikes matter, whether they actually weaken armed organizations, and what this could mean for the future of the Gaza conflict and the wider Middle East. Before we begin, it's important to remember that during any active war, military statements are often released by the parties involved. While independent verification may take time, the purpose of this video is not to support any side, but to examine the strategic implications based on available information. Let's begin. According to Israel, recent military operations in Gaza resulted in the killing of 2 Hamas commanders. Israeli officials describe these individuals as important members of Hamas's military structure. Operations like these are known as leadership targeting or high-value target missions. The objective is straightforward. Military planners attempt to disrupt command structures, slow operational planning, interrupt communications, and reduce the effectiveness of future operations. This strategy is not unique to Israel. The United States used similar tactics against insurgent leaders in Iraq and Afghanistan. Other countries have also relied on leadership strikes during counterinsurgency campaigns. On paper, removing experienced commanders appears to offer a significant military advantage. However, history shows that the reality is often far more complex. Many armed organizations are designed to survive leadership losses. Instead of relying on one individual, they develop multiple layers of command so that if one leader is removed, another can quickly assume responsibility. This means that eliminating senior commanders can create temporary disruption without necessarily ending the organization's military capability. That is why military analysts usually distinguish between tactical success and strategic success. A tactical victory may achieve immediate military objectives. A strategic victory changes the overall direction of the conflict. Those are not always the same thing. This brings us to the next question. Will Hamas become significantly weaker because of these reported losses? The answer depends on how the organization is structured internally. If command decisions depend heavily on a few senior leaders, leadership losses can create confusion, communication delays, and operational setbacks. But if authority has already been decentralized, local commanders may continue operations with relatively little interruption. Many security experts believe that Hamas has spent years building a layered command structure capable of functioning even under intense military pressure. That does not mean leadership losses have no impact. Experienced commanders carry valuable battlefield knowledge. They coordinate operations, maintain communications, and make strategic decisions under difficult conditions. Replacing that experience is never easy. But organizations involved in long-term conflicts often prepare succession plans well before leadership changes occur. Think of it like a large corporation. If the chief executive unexpectedly leaves, the company may experience temporary disruption. Meetings may be delayed, important decisions may slow down. But if the organization has prepared successors, business continues. Military organizations often operate in a similar way. This is why analysts focus less on a single strike and more on long-term trends. Are attacks becoming less frequent? Is coordination breaking down? Are logistics becoming more difficult? Those indicators reveal far more than one isolated event. Now, let's look at the broader regional picture. Every leadership strike has consequences beyond the immediate battlefield. If Israel continues targeting senior Hamas figures, operational pressure could increase over time. However, there are also potential risks. Military operations can intensify the conflict. Negotiations involving hostages may become more complicated. Regional governments may adjust their diplomatic positions. International mediators may face new challenges in pursuing ceasefire discussions. Wars today are not decided only by tanks, aircraft, or missiles. They are also influenced by intelligence operations, political negotiations, economic pressure, international diplomacy, and public opinion. That is why military developments and diplomatic efforts often happen at the same time. Here's something worth thinking about. Many people assume this story is simply about two commanders. But in reality, every leadership strike becomes part of a much larger strategic equation. It affects military planning, it influences negotiations, it shapes international reactions, and it may alter future battlefield decisions. This is why understanding the bigger picture is always more important than reacting to a single headline. Looking ahead, there are several important developments that analysts will continue watching closely. First, does Hamas show any noticeable decline in operational capability? Second, does Israel continue similar leadership targeting operations in the coming weeks? Third, do ceasefire negotiations move forward, or do they become even more difficult? Fourth, how do regional powers and international organizations respond to these developments? The answers to those questions will provide a much clearer picture of whether this operation represents only a tactical achievement or the beginning of a larger strategic shift. History reminds us that very few wars are decided by one event alone. Major conflicts usually evolve through hundreds of military, political, diplomatic, and economic developments over time. That is why experienced analysts avoid drawing final conclusions from a single announcement. Instead, they examine patterns, trends, and long-term changes. So, what have we learned today? Israel claims that 2 Hamas commanders were killed during recent military operations in Gaza. Leadership targeting is a well-known military strategy designed to disrupt command structures and reduce operational effectiveness. However, history also shows that the removal of individual leaders does not automatically determine the outcome of a conflict. The future of the war will depend on many different factors, including battlefield developments, political decisions, diplomatic negotiations, intelligence operations, and regional dynamics. In geopolitics, every headline represents only one piece of a much larger puzzle. If you found this analysis useful, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Here, we break down global conflicts, military strategy, international relations, and major geopolitical developments with clear explanations and balanced analysis. Now, I'd like to hear your opinion. Do you believe leadership strikes can significantly change the direction of a conflict? Or do you think their long-term impact is often limited? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next analysis. Thank you for watching Jiang Decoded. If you found this analysis valuable, please like this video, subscribe, and join our community as we explore history, geopolitics, economics, technology, and the ideas shaping our world. I'd also love to hear your perspective, so share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, remember our mission: decode the past, understand the present, anticipate the future. And I'll see you in the next video.